Welcome to Next to Madison, a podcast to help you live your best life. Welcome back to another fun episode of Next to Madison. I am your host, Madison Malloy, and on today's episode, we are talking about the power of human connection and how we really need each other now more than ever, and just the emotional ups and downs of life, but also really stepping in and embracing the down days to experience the better days, and not running from things that hurt, but really kind of leaning into it. I am sitting down with the creator of a new app called HumanKind, which is designed to help people connect and share their wins, but also share their heartbreaks, to have a safe place to get advice. It's a really remarkable app. When this was shared with me, I said, I've got to get this woman on my show. Like everybody in the world, we all have our struggles, our insecurities, things that we battle. We don't want to always reach out to the people close around us to ask for help, because we feel sometimes about mental health, we feel shame, we feel guilt, and we feel like, oh, we don't want to burden people. And the truth is, your true friends and everything, you're never going to burden, right? So you want to make sure that you are a good friend and listening, but also you're around people that will listen to you. But sometimes you just need somebody that you don't know and a different opinion, and you want to be anonymous. And this is where this beautiful, amazing app comes in. So I'm going to stop talking. We'll be right back after this brief message with the creator, Maria Masella of HumanKind. Hi, it's your host, Madison Malloy. For those of you who don't know, I've written and created a powerful collection of books to help you build confidence, shift your mindset, and attract the life you truly want. From Time to Lighten the F Up, to Affirm and Flourish, Color Your Way to Abundance, and more. These aren't just books, they're tools for transformation. Grab a copy now on Amazon or at madisonmalloy.com. Now back to the show. Okay, we are back with our amazing guest, who again is the creator of the HumanKind app. I've got Maria Masella with us today. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I am good. I'm good. So when we connected through a mutual friend about this app, I was so excited about it because I was like, wow, what a great idea. So I want you to tell us about the app and then what led to the creation of it.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Of
This is
course.
my first podcast, and
I love
if you have
it.
told me like 15 years ago that I was going to do this, first of all, I will tell you that was not possible. And
Yeah.
second, it's just weird how things turn out. And then you think you're gonna do something in life, but you ended up doing something different, and it's just amazing how the journey can just give you what you need. That's why I create this app. Uh, the app is called HumanKind. Um, and the reason why I created that was this year. First of all, I think in the world we don't talk as much as we want about mental health, which I think
Hmm.
that's a big issue at these times,
Yep.
because I think it has to be the one of the first thing that we need to talk about right now. Not because not because it's something that we don't usually talk about. It's something that would help us to understand a lot of traumas that we have, and to respond into the future generations, just kids, friends, or family, how we interact with all these different people.
Hmm.
So the reason I create this app, first of all, was because most of my life I felt alone, not because I was or I am, but in my mind I was creating this illusion of like, oh my god, nobody understands me, like I'm just like in my
Yeah.
20s and I'm going nuts and I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
um but maybe you know what it is, maybe I'm not alone as much as I thought myself I am. Maybe people hasn't reached this level of to understand what life is, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe I think there's a lot of people that are lost and they don't know how to interact with one another. And that's totally okay. I have come to the realization that a lot of people don't know how to help another person that is struggling with either sadness or anxiety. And at some point, I was that person. When a friend, like when friends used to come over to me and said, "Hey, I'm having anxiety, I'm depressed, or I'm sad,"
Yeah,
or even my sister or somebody, I'm like,
right.
okay, like okay, I don't know what to do, right? Like I don't
Hmm.
know how to cope or how to help with this person. So last year I had a lot of challenges in my life, in my personal life, with family, friends, and my I ask myself, how can I help when somebody's going through hard days, right?
Yeah.
So that seed started this app, right?
Oh my gosh, I
And
love
then
that.
and then I kind of like self study. I read a bunch of books. I hear a bunch of podcasts, so podcasts and books. That was my kind of like my thing to learn how to be there for people. And
Yeah.
just to hearing like people that we're talking about human connection, and I was like, oh my God, there's something out there that I haven't discovered yet, right? And then I attempt to like fix myself with therapy, with which I'm not saying that doesn't work. I think it does, but I didn't want to like kept going to a therapy like every single
Yeah.
week,
Well,
you know?
exactly. And also like you and I talked offline about this, how therapy kind of keeps that story alive. And the importance thing of healing and moving forward is to rewrite that story. But you've mentioned a lot of stuff about kind of, and the thing is like when people come or when we're having our own issues where we're feeling depressed or we're feeling anxious or other people are, I think the reason that they don't come forward, because I know this was something that was for me, is that you feel
Yeah,
shame around these
exactly.
emotions.
Yes, yes.
And you want everyone to think like everything's great, I'm perfect, I have positive thoughts. And now we have this whole generation of toxic
Yeah,
positivity, your
yeah,
thoughts create your reality, which I definitely do believe.
yeah.
But I also believe that as a human, in order to experience pure joy and happiness, you have to experience the opposite. Because if you don't have the
I agree with
opposite,
you. I
you
agree
wouldn't
with you.
understand what it is.
I
So
agree with you.
that's why I always say, like, when I get a little down and blue now, I check in with myself. What am I thinking? What am I eating? Am I taking all my supplements? Is my thyroid balanced? Have I checked my hormones? Different things
You
like that.
pause.
Yes. And then I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Sometimes, the next day is always better. And sometimes I got to be honest with you, when I'm feeling like just shit, and
Yeah.
I'm like, the next day something remarkable happens. So what
Yeah.
I can say to that is like, just hang on because it does always get better. And I'm sure you've had that same.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, I
sometimes I'm like, you
totally,
know what?
I
Depression's
totally
great
agree.
because right after I get really upset about this, something amazing's gonna happen.
No, and then you know what it is too, Madison, that sometimes when we feel in that way, I've done it. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm fixed, I'm healed, because I'm not even near to it. I'm working on it.
You'll be
Um,
working on it for life because that's part of the
and
human
forever life.
experience.
And then
Hmm.
that society it's not a lie. I don't think society is giving us this fake interpretation of happiness. Once you get a boyfriend, you will be happy. Once you get a family, you're gonna be happy. Once you get the career that you wanted, you're gonna be happy. No,
Yep.
totally no.
Yep.
Totally. And then I come to realization that happiness, I think, in my point of view, happiness, I'm happy when I'm able to help somebody. That's my purpose. That's the connection. I truly believe in God. I'm a
Yep.
huge believer of God. And when I do something good for somebody, I'm like, oh my God, it just is nerd. It gives me a high that nothing has given me before, is the euphoria of like, oh my God, a soul has breathed easier because of me.
And that's
That's
the thing is that's how we were designed
to
is
help
to
one
help others,
another.
to serve others, and I think we get so caught up in our own stuff. That's why I
Yes,
think what you're saying is perfect. It's like when you do feel like shit, I think
you
the
stop
best
it.
way to get out of it is not a glass of wine, but go do something for somebody else.
Go.
Even if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
as simple as complimenting them on their outfit, calling a
Yes.
friend, because I know I've had this thing where I appreciate behind the scenes,
Yeah.
right? So I'll say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for this one girl. She's such a good friend." But I'm like, "Wait, have I ever told this person that?" I don't think so. I'm trying to be better about being appreciative directly
Aware.
versus kind of, behind the scenes. But yeah, I love what you're saying there. So this app that you created
Yeah.
is basically designed to help people connect with one another who are struggling.
Yes. So I didn't want to make this app kind of like a therapy kind of app. I wanted to make it as more like human connection app. You know,
Okay.
when there is no likes, there is no comments. Nobody has to know your name if you don't want to.
Hmm.
Everybody shares their story as much as they want or how the way they want. There is no
Yeah.
judgment here. I came up with me and my closest friend, she's my best friend, we come up with the idea. And then and she's a great friend. And then she kind of like was in the same idea with me to like, we're seeing all these people in Instagram, I trying to get as much likes as they can, trying
Yeah.
to show their perfect life in terms of like social media, but so it's a lot of pressure to have a perfect life in Instagram, in TikTok, in Facebook, whatever. So this app is more about a connect to one another. Nobody has to know their names of each other. Nobody has to like have, oh my God, you have 1,000 people that follows you back, or you have 100,000. Because I feel like a lot of people right now, they go on their Instagrams and oh my, how many followers do you have? It's kind of like a competition at the
Well,
end of the
it's true.
day.
I mean, that's what music records are looking for. That's what
Yeah.
Hollywood studios are
The
looking
numbers,
for. That's what
numbers.
podcasts are looking for. It's a lot of numbers, and I do it too, but everybody does it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then but you got through because your story was just remarkable to me, and I love this app. So is this an app like, let's take for example, a girl goes through a breakup, and she could go and
Yeah.
just say, I'm really struggling. And, my friends are kind of sick of me talking about this. I need some advice. Like, how would you process this or get over it? Is it something like that?
Yeah, so there is a section where you can share your story based on the challenge that you think it changed your life. There is people that have written about heartbreaks, about addictions, and then I was reading them last week, and I was like, oh my! I mean, me hearing somebody say, "Oh my God, I've been through that too," it just like helps me. They give me tools that
Yes.
I didn't know how to put them in my life. Even though
Hmm.
we're struggling with the same stuff, addiction, heartbreaks, depression, anxiety, one of us we have a new tool. We have a new
Yeah.
tool. So it's that everybody shares their
I love that.
journey, and then there is another section where is good news. Me and my friend, we were talking about when we were starting to create this app that when you go to Instagram, depends who you follow. You always, well, if you follow the news, you must know that everything is negative.
Well, that's
Everything.
what gets you hooked, the fear. That's why
And
they
then
do it.
there's
They tried a positive news segment. It failed
no,
terribly.
I have no idea.
Yes, because people were like, oh, they tune in. Fear is what gets them hooked.
I mean, everything like
Awful, but
and
yeah.
then yeah, bad things happen every single day, every single 5 minutes. But what about the good news? Who's
I
sharing
agree.
the
And we
good
need to share
news?
that more. And we also need to
Yeah.
work on being better about celebrating our own wins. I
Yes,
think people are like, oh,
yes.
well, I don't want to be like, this. It's like, no, you
Show
need to
off or
celebrate your
something.
wins because then
Yeah,
people want to celebrate their wins. Or,
yeah,
we get a win and then we want the next win. So we're not even celebrating
yeah.
that's why I love that quote where it's like the life you're living today is what you once prayed for.
What you want to
But now
pray
you've
for.
got
Yeah,
new
I get that.
prayers
Yeah.
and new dreams, so it doesn't feel like it. So you always feel like you're living kind of one step behind where you want to
Yes.
be. And it's good to have goals and stuff, but it's also good to have that like present
Yeah,
moment. But
yeah,
so
the
I love
present
that
moment.
you created an area where people can give advice. They can just have a sounding, because sometimes people just want to talk and be listened to.
And then, oh my God, that's exactly how I think. You know, when some well, I used to have a hard time, and I still have a hard time to tell what I need. And sometimes I think, or I share with a friend that, they're trying to help me and I don't know how to ask for help because it's hard to ask for help,
A lot of people don't know how to ask for
you
help. I
know?
struggle with it
And then
myself.
yeah, and then sometimes you just need somebody there to listen, not to even, I read this quote that I was saying, don't give a lecture to somebody that needs a hug. And that mean, you know,
I
I
love
mean,
that.
sometimes we think, oh my God, I need to tell this person the best advice. I need to say something. No, sometimes you don't. Sometimes the only thing that a person needs is the present, and that somebody is not leaving you. Somebody's not leave you alone. Somebody's just there, no matter what time, no matter the day, no matter whatever. It's there.
So, did
And
you
then
have this thing where you're like, I want to create this app because at one point when you were going through your struggles, you didn't know who to reach out to?
yeah, no, you definitely. And I'm telling you, when I was creating this app, I well, with my friend give me some ideas too. I was like, there is there is definitely more people feeling just like I feel, you know.
Of course,
And
of
and
course.
I don't want, oh, and then maybe some people worse. And then sometimes I was struggling to find help, and then maybe that's why I did the wrong things. And I mean, when I think about somebody feeling lonely, it's the worst feeling.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
the thing is
worst
with
feeling.
loneliness, first of all, there is a loneliness epidemic going on.
Oh
The
yeah,
Surgeon
isolation.
General, yes, has said like that is the number one health crisis.
Yeah.
You know, when we were designed to be connected and all of a sudden we're just so isolated. But the thing is, you can feel lonely. That's why they always call New
Mhm.
York City the loneliest big city. You're surrounded by people, but yet you still feel
It is.
lonely. And that can happen. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's like you're gonna feel lonely no matter how big your circle, your group is, if you don't have that connection.
And also, I think like the people that I used to hang out with years ago, because I outgrow mine. I grow the books I read. I outgrow the things that I used to like before. Now I
And
don't do them
that's what you
anymore.
should be growing.
And then
Yeah.
it becomes more even lonely because I truly believe, in my opinion, that when everything is good, everything is happy, everybody wants to be around you. Everybody wants to be around you.
Of course.
When there is the hard days,
Hmm.
you call somebody. I mean, just for example, I'm 27, but when I was like 24, 23, you want to go have some drinks, and everybody, oh yes, let's go. Everybody gets excited. But when I was having my hard days, I could maybe just use like a let's go for a walk for a coffee shop. And then,
Yeah.
nobody, no, I mean, there was people there, but the people that maybe I wanted and I needed, they were unavailable. And then at that point, I I maybe there was some resentment going on in my heart that maybe, and now I understand, it's okay. Like people, it's okay. It's not about them, it's not about me. Some
Yeah.
people are not ready to level up, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like last year I was
Yeah.
having my personal stuff and also friends, and I was like trying to just like help. And
Yeah.
then it's hard. It's hard to help somebody when you are just having your worst times, and then you
I
don't
know.
know how to ask for help. And
I
then
know.
and that's why I create this app, and then it's very helpful.
Yeah.
And there is also a section where you don't have to share your journey, if you're having a bad day, or if you're having a bad week, or you just having a odd day. You just
Yeah.
share, hey, I'm having a bad day because I miss my mom that died, or and then
Course.
there's no pressure. There's no pressure, and then I hope that people come to the app, and also one part of my healing, and then kind of like what made me go through it, what made me keep going was reading books and hearing podcasts of people, Jay Shetty, Mel Robbins. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you hear all these stories, and I'm like, and I also the therapy is really expensive if you don't have insurance. And
Yes, it's so expensive.
it's like 200 or maybe more in some. And
Hmm.
I was never agree on that. I mean, I know everybody has to make a living and stuff like that, but what if somebody is having a hard time and they don't have the income to pay a therapy? You know,
Yeah.
what
Well,
happened? What have
exactly.
you know, like getting help doesn't need to like cost money. I know some area it does, but like some people need to create something for free. To help other people, somebody,
Yeah.
and that's how the app came alive. And
I
and
love that.
you know,
What a gift to the world. What a gift you are too. So I want to talk about because all our issues as humans usually come from our childhood.
yeah,
Some can come from
definitely,
early adulthood, but they kind of stem from
yeah,
childhood. Your first seven
yeah,
years, you're programmed, your confidence, your money, you're this, you're that. You can take somebody up till 7 years old and you can kind of dictate how they'll be in life until they wake up and realize they need to change. So why do we think all of us are so freaking traumatized? Our parents are
but
just human doing the best they can, but like, where is all this coming? Like, how do
y-
we start changing it for future generations so not everybody's so traumatized?
you know, I don't, I haven't find the right word for trauma, but I don't think it's trauma. I don't think it's trauma.
Hmm.
I think it's just life itself.
Okay.
The problem, I think, in my point of view and what I seen, that so is that like the world is trying to make life, you have to have a perfect life. It's not. I think
Yeah,
when you're
but a
having a
child,
hard,
I don't think sees that.
no, a child, I feel like has a child, you're gonna go through hard days, hard stuff with your parents, with your
Well, because you're
family,
going to be
friends.
disciplined as you're learning, and maybe that's how we all get
Exactly.
somewhat traumatized. I don't
and
know.
and then at that time, I think it's meant for you not to understand it. I think,
Yeah.
as a child, your job is to just be a child, be a
Yeah.
child, play. I mean, if you think about it, a child, if you see a kid 7 years old, 8 years old, they fight, they go from fight to happiness in seconds, in
Yes,
seconds.
they're so
Like
resilient.
they don't, right? Right?
Yeah.
They so forgive it. Like they forgive so quick. Like their job is just to feel everything. To feel
Yeah.
everything. I mean, they cry when they want to, right? Like when you take a toy from a kid that is 4, and then we as an adult, because I'm surrounded with kids too, our first instinct is like, don't cry, don't cry. Why? like
Yeah.
unless
Or
unless
you're
they're
fine. Yeah, exactly.
exactly, we're trying to brush their feelings away, because we don't like the reaction that they're giving us. But I mean, as an adult, yes, you have to control some emotions and stuff like that, but I think as a child you are experience life
Yeah.
whenever it's a good times, whenever it's a bad times. And as you grow up, you starting you start to like be aware more, okay, and you start to recognize feelings that you did not have before. Just for example, oh, my friend has stopped talking to me, oh my God, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, so that just burns into anger, like that's new feelings
Yeah.
that maybe a child 5 years old won't have for too long. um So I feel like as a child, you just have to experience everything, and then there is guidance. Hopefully, your parents or the people that are around you can guide you to not get lost when you get to your teenagers or when you get to your 20s, because that's
Yeah. But I also
that's
think
hard.
that like your teenage years are meant to have those awkward moments, have
Oh yeah.
those heartaches, have those
Yes.
weird because it's like you there has to be a tool designed to help you grow. And I
Yeah.
think it's those experiences. Like I did a video and I was like, instead of anxiety making me like worry and be upset or whatever, or like scared, it's like, no, I'm just going to get excited about the unknown because the
Yes.
anxiety is the unknown. And we get fearful of the unknown. We like to have answers, but actually, the more exciting part is the unknown. I
Yes.
went through a
Yes.
breakup and somebody said to me, they said, I said, yeah, it's been tough. It was unexpected. And, I didn't think I would be as upset as I was and just disappointed and hurt. It's that old saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. But she said to me, well, how exciting is that your love story is still ahead of you?
Oh my God, that's
And
beautiful.
I was like,
That is beautiful.
wow, that is, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Like, she just
That's
totally took
beautiful.
something that was sad for me and was able to flip it on its head to be like, it's the unknown, but like, it's so exciting to like meet your person and fall in love for the first time. And she's like married and has a wonderful
Yeah.
husband, but like, she's had that story, right? So her like first love story, like, that's behind her. And so
Oh
she's
my
like, you still get to
God.
experience your ultimate love story.
That's
And I was like, oh
amazing.
my gosh, that's such a
Ooh.
great tool.
Oh
But she
my
wasn't
God.
using it as a tool, though. This was just like how and I thought, oh my God, that's like the best thing to tell anyone that's going through, a breakup.
And
But I think it's like we just get nervous because we don't know, and life is like coming by us, and time is a bitch because you don't get more of it. You
yeah,
can't earn more of it. And so you
you
really
can
have
go
to,
back.
yeah, you can't have those moments again. Every moment is different. So it's like, what do we do to stay present to enjoy all those damn moments? But yeah, I do believe, that's why I always say I think that there's blessings and lessons in the challenges and not
Yes.
to run from those, but to really kind of feel them and lean into them.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
then
good that you
the
have
heart.
somewhere you can talk to and somebody
Yeah.
who's been through it that can be like, you're not alone in
Yes.
this. Life is hard. So
Yeah.
some people think that this is hell. Some people do. I don't know about
Well,
that. I hope hell's a
I
lot worse because
I mean,
people that are bad
hell is
just
bad.
ain't so
Hell is
bad. Yeah,
bad.
exactly. That's why I was like, I don't know about that.
You know,
But you know what I mean? So it's like yeah, you just have to like go through those challenges to grow. I mean, we came down here so our souls could evolve. We didn't come down here
exactly. It's
just
a
to have a good
test.
time.
Mm-mm.
We came down here
No.
to like grow and learn and experience these emotions that our creator wanted us to. And I think that
Yeah.
we just want to run from things. But, I have friends that, I think everybody's got their certain people in their life that like, okay, I'm having a bad day. This
Oh
is who I'm going to
yes.
go to. And then I have a friend who I have a bad day and I'm like, I ain't going to her because she'll tell, she's funny and she doesn't mean a
Yeah.
bad thing by it, but you'll
Exactly.
be like, oh, I'm having a bad day. She's like, oh, I don't understand because I never have a bad day. I always just bounce back. And it's like,
Oh
that's
God, this is
not that's
yeah.
not what I want to hear,
I don't
right?
want to
Like, no.
hear.
You just
And then
say, this is the advice I would give you. Not that never happens to
yeah,
me. I don't like stop. And if it doesn't happen to you,
everybody
now I'm
has a
starting to
bad
think you're a
days.
psychopath. Like,
And
everybody has a moment.
I becoming more aware who to run to,
You have
who
to,
to
and
ask for help.
it doesn't mean that the people that you can't run to aren't
They're bad.
intricate parts of your life. Like my friend that I don't, share struggles with, I share other things with her and because I love her to death and she's so good on certain points. But I think it's important to identify those people and then also make sure that people are coming to you. Because I think if we do
Yes.
self-awareness and we say like, okay, people are not coming to me when they're struggling, maybe I'm not as understanding. I don't come
Yeah.
off across as understanding and compassionate as maybe I should be because I want
Yes.
these people to come to me. I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel like I'm a trusted source. So I think it's a good self-awareness thing too. But
And it
but I
makes you feel good about yourself. Has a
yeah.
friend, has a sister, I don't know. as a person, as a human being.
Yeah. And I just love the fact that you created this app though. So, people sometimes are like, I don't want to burden my friends. Like, I'm feeling a little embarrassed about this, but I need to talk
That's
about
good.
it. That's okay too. Sometimes there's
Yeah,
private things that you don't want your inner circle to know. And it's so wonderful that you've created this space. So how are you guys marketing to like get out there so more people that, can offer great advice? Like I'm joining myself, I'll be in on the advice
thanks.
advice loop to help people. But to get more people that are like really involved so that this could be a place where people that might have thought, there's no way out and could be suicidal, get a sense
Yeah,
of
yeah. Oh
get a
my
sense
God,
of hope.
that's something, that I struggle with because once you
Yeah,
start, when you start to create something, you're like, okay, you create it, it's in the App Store. Now is to put the app on people's hand and people's eyes and people attention. So we're using like social medias like TikTok and Instagrams. I'm sharing with every friend I know, and then have a lot of feedbacks. Oh my God, I'm gonna share with this friend that I know is struggling with depression, and then or this friend has a great story to tell, so I'm gonna share that. So I think it's been a challenge because I have never been a biggest speaker of the things that I do. This is
yeah.
totally new for me, totally uncomfortable too. But
But I love
sometimes,
that. That's where you grow, girlfriend.
exactly. That's what I heard something that a
The
quote
magic is outside of your comfort zone.
yeah, that one, and then the other one was like when you don't know what to do, and the uncomfortable and then the unknown is the only thing you know. You go, like you go there because
Step
that's
through the
the only
fear.
thing that you're
Yep.
gonna know. You know. So
It's true.
I'm speaking about speaking about the app. I'm
I
speaking about
love it.
me, and
Yep.
then it's
Her.
Madison. It's is the most vulnerable, magical thing that I've been doing, and then it also like
I love that. And that word
it's
vulnerable is so key too, because
oh
people,
my God,
people know the
yes.
word, but like, are people vulnerable? People are afraid to be seen. And I can
Oh
say
yeah.
that because I've been that person. But here's the thing is I was having this interesting conversation with a friend yesterday. And I said, it's interesting how certain people around you, you really feel like you can just be yourself
Oh yeah.
and you're yourself and you're
Definitely.
not worried about being judged. And, because I have like dirty jokes and sometimes I say
Yeah.
things that's like a woman talks like that. Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Or, and then there's certain people that you're like, it's
Mm,
it's not that they're doing it on purpose. You just don't feel as comfortable
yeah.
with them. So you're not as vulnerable. You're a little more reserved. But then those aren't your people, and you gravitate
Exactly. And
back
then
to your people.
be back to your people. And then before I was in this journey, um, I thought about, oh my God, I'm gonna be myself and I don't care what people think or I don't care. And I come to the realization I can't. I can't be myself with everybody though. Like what you were
But
saying,
that
there's
I don't
people
think,
there.
yes, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's actually a good thing because
Yeah,
unfortunately, not all humans are good. And
exactly. So
you protecting yourself is a key thing. And
protecting yourself,
when you get a bad feeling about somebody or something, it's
you
okay
just
to
have
be
to trust
kind to keep
yourself.
your distance. Yeah. Like I
Yes.
had a thing
Yeah.
where I'm pretty discerning about people at my older age, which is good because I kind of take on people's energies. And so I'm very
Yeah.
protective of that. And so I had a thing with my friends, like sometimes I'll just be out and about at a bar and meet this person. And if I have a weird feeling, like when that person's
You
not
just
looking,
run.
I'll look at my friend and I'll just go like this. And they used to be like, dude, be social, take a mushroom, do so. And I said,
Oh
but
my
they
God.
knew, wait, she
Yes.
is
Yes.
social. So they started to pick
Yeah.
up on the fact because some people that they were like, okay, stop. Then they realized that person was great. I was like, I told you I was right. I'm always freaking right when
Yeah.
it comes to that. And so now when I go like this, they kind of cut and run. Um, because I can feel it. I'm like, I can't help it. It's like a gift I have. Like I just have this intuition that is so strong. And sometimes I hate it because I can feel something coming. Literally,
Yeah.
I felt a breakup coming like 2 weeks before it happened. And I was like, well, how do I navigate around this? Is this just my head? Is this just my thing? but you could feel it. You could just feel it. Like the energies were just changing and things were that. Now, everything I believe in life is a blessing in disguise. Everything
Yes.
happens the way it's
Yeah.
divinely orchestrated to. Because of that, I've been able to do all this other stuff. These other doors have opened, and I know that God is putting me on the right path to bring in
Yeah.
the right person, the right
And
business
when God
opportunity. And this was
give
standing in the way.
yes. And when God give you obstacles or when like obstacles that or rejection of, anything, something bad happened, that's a sign that he's trying to protect you for something that you don't know.
And
You
and
know?
we and a lot of people don't choose to see it that way.
And then sometimes, I mean, I included myself. I'm like, oh my God, why this is not working out? Like I get in my head, right? And then like you were saying, like I can feel it.
Yeah,
Your body
totally.
feels things. Your body feels things. And who created your body? God. God is
Exactly.
just and then I don't know, it's just like when I think about God and everything, he also, I mean, Jesus, he also have like feelings, bad feelings, good feelings, hard days, good days, and what we need to
Yeah, he
have
made
those
himself
things too.
human to experience that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this I'm not saying that I'm never positive. I believe in positive in beautiful things that they are great, but their every day is not gonna be rainbows and butterflies. It's not. I mean, and
But
when
you
I
don't want it
have
to be
those
because then
days,
it would no
it
longer
wouldn't be
feel like
fun.
rainbows and
It
butterflies.
would not be fun. And then when I have those things, I focus on small things. My best friend just had a baby, and I love her to
Oh,
death,
congrats to your friend.
Valentina. And when I have my hard days, and she has another two kids that I'm obsessed with, and I always focus on them. I carry the
Yeah.
baby. I'm like, oh my God, or I play something with the boys, or I go out to eat with the boys. They make me go back to the present. They make me feel present because I do feel like when you're having your hard days, you're either worry about the past or worry about the future, but you're not present. There is no
Yes.
there is no guarantee that we're
For
gonna be alive
peace.
in 5 minutes. There's not,
Exactly. And
right?
that's why it's like the peace. Yeah, the present is the peace. But yeah, I
And
always
then
say like when I have a bad day, like as I was telling you, like I don't mind them anymore because I'm like, this is teaching me something. This is putting me in a different direction. Yeah, like God's rejection. It's not rejection, it's God's protection.
it's
And
protection.
and I've had to learn and I've had, I've recently moved down to the Bible Belt and a lot more religious people than there were in like New York City. And people be like, God spoke to me, God spoke to me, and I was struggling. I said, I don't hear God talk to me. And they were like, yeah, because you're looking for the wrong things. And so I've had a lot of great conversations where it's like, you might have prayed for like, hey, if this isn't right for me, please remove it from my life so I can be on the path that you want. And then bam, that happened. And you don't realize that like your prayers were answered. He did speak to you. You're just choosing not to see it. And I was like, aha. And they're like, he
Yeah.
shows up and speaks to you through people, through animals, through things.
Yes,
Like you
to
ever had like a
dreams.
really bad day and you're like, I just hate life, blah, blah, blah. And then like a little dog comes up to you and you're like, oh my God, it's so cute. You know what I mean?
That's God. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, or people like, it just, there's, I forgot what movie it was, but it's true. It's like the signs are all around you. It's up to you to see them. And
Everything.
I love
And
signs and
then,
synchronicities.
oh my God, I love, yeah, same. And then, sometimes we want an answer that it aligns with our will, but it's not our will. It's
Ugh, I
we have
know.
to
I
accept
know.
God's will. So when I used to
I
pray a
just
lot.
wish we had a
Why?
playbook where we could be like, okay, so step 500 is
Yeah.
get out of my own effing way. But how do I do that? Okay, it's step 6. But we don't have that guidebook.
Yeah, but you know what? It will not be fun because
I
life is
know, you're
about
right.
experience. Life is about crying, screaming, happy, like screaming with all your joy. Sometimes life it's everything. And then sometimes when I used to pray and like used to be pissed at God, like last year, oh my God, last year and the beginning of this year, I'm like, this is not happening. I'm asking you. to like do this, get this. And then I'm like, these are not the answers that I'm looking for. But I come to realize that there is nothing about the answer that I'm looking for. It's about the answer that he wants, that he thinks I need. I need, not
Yeah,
that I want, because what you want is very different from what you need, for sure. You know,
it's true.
I
It's
want,
so true.
if I'm gonna ask you, what do you want in life? What would you say to me?
Success, love, happiness, health, health, wealth, happiness.
Yeah, and then like as a human, as I see that, you will think about, oh my God, the perfect guy, the perfect career or something. But to reach that, God is going to transform you until you're
Mm,
ready to have those things.
yes.
Because I believe
I agree with that.
I've been obsessed with money since I was like I don't know, very very
Yeah,
young.
well, you needed to
But
survive. Yeah.
exactly. But I do know right now I'm not ready for, a lot of money and stuff like that. And I don't think I need to either. I come to
Well,
realization
don't
that,
block yourself too much because it
yeah,
could,
no,
yeah.
no, no. But I have seen people that lost their sight with God because of money and success and stuff like that. And I always keep asking God, you're gonna give me what I need when you think is the right time. It's
Yeah, and to
not,
really
it's
hold that
nothing about
belief.
that. And then
Yeah,
I just hold into that. He knows what I like
because
because I
God
think
wants
he's
us to be abundant. He doesn't want us to be,
exactly.
I feel poverty was man-made. I think it's
Yes.
like we are abundant and the system screwed us up. Oh, this is
Yep.
evil and this is that and da da da. And that's system,
No.
that's not God. So I do believe, and I always tell God this. I say, God, you know what? I finally realized I deserve
Yeah.
everything I want in life. I
Yeah.
deserve it. And I never said
Because
this to
you're
myself
great.
before.
You're
I
good.
deserve the best love story. I deserve all the money that I'm capable of earning. I deserve this because I've been a great person. And I told him, I said, listen, I'm a much better servant to you as a very rich person than I am as a poor person. And but I think what you're saying is like my wealth came later on. So the stuff that you thought was important, like proving your
They're
validation,
not.
right? Like I got cars, houses, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I got this, country clubs. Now I don't give a shit about that. I
Yeah,
could have
exactly.
$100 million in the bank
Yeah.
account and I'll probably still buy a bag at Walmart if I like it or a dress
Exactly.
a TikTok shop.
Yeah.
I've been finding a lot of
Yeah.
cute stuff off TikTok shop.
Oh my God, I
I
love
don't
TikTok
give
shop.
a shit.
Every time I think I go, oh
Yes.
my God, this is what I know.
Oh my
So
God. So it's
you
like that doesn't matter. And so it's like, oh wow, I can do more to like help people. But I think it's good. I think it's true. It's like,
you
I'm
have to be
older, I'm
ready for
much
money.
older than you. But yeah, like when I was younger, or I remember, no, looking back now, I'm like, if I had wanted everything when I wanted it, like the things I was working on or the success or the fame or whatever it was, like I would have blown it. I wasn't ready to receive it. I wasn't in that healthy
Yeah, you were
mindset.
not ready to
I
receive
would have fucking blown it. I would have made an ass. Something would have, and so you
happen.
look back and you're like, you know what? That struggle made me
Mhm.
who I am today, and I'm proud. And now
Yes.
I am fully ready to receive the abundance that the Lord
Yeah.
has ready for me.
Yeah, and I agree, he's a father. He's a good father. I don't think he wants to see us happy and stuff like that, but he's not gonna give us something that is gonna destroy our heart and our minds, and he won't. He won't. I'm
Yes,
sorry, but he won't.
I know.
And
I
then,
agree with you.
in this journey, like there's always one person that awakes you everything. I think,
Hmm.
I believe. In
Yeah,
my life,
totally.
there's always this person that it made me question myself, that I wasn't the person that all my friends, my old friends, my family used to describe me. And there's always this person that sees the good in
Yeah.
you. There's
Oh
always this
yeah.
person that, tells you, wait, you're good. You actually can
I
help
love
people. You
that.
actually can. And then, like
Yes.
I think I'm like, oh my God, like one person in my 27 years at telling me that I'm good. Okay, I'm going to do good. And then I I create this app, and there's always that person that wakes all your feelings, good and bad ones too, but you know, there's always this person
Yeah,
that gives you that awakening of like, boom,
I
okay, I
love
have
that.
to
Okay.
change, or.
Yes. So before we wrap up, from creating this app, from your experiences, from helping friends, from helping yourself, what would be the top three pieces of advice for A, somebody who's struggling, and then B, somebody who has a friend that's struggling?
Okay. For if you're struggling yourself,
Yes.
and if you don't know what to do, you're lost, you don't even know how to explain how you feel because it's hard. Um,
Or you're
give
embarrassed
it,
to share with people
you're
you know.
embarrassed, you feel guilty, you don't know if people are gonna judge you. Like that judgment, that's another big thing that is stopping people to reach out for help.
Yeah,
Um, I will tell you to drop everything and give everything to God. Ask him to to show you the way that you need to go. Surrender. Let go of
I
control.
know.
Let
And
go
listen and be aware of
everything.
the signs because I used to do that and I'm like, I don't hear him. And I
You know,
of course, of
and then Madison, it's hard. It's hard to believe something that you don't see. It's hard.
course
It's hard.
that's where the magic
But
of faith lies.
exactly. And then if you are spiritual, no matter if you're Catholic or something, if you have a God. Everybody has a God.
Yeah.
So surrender. Let everything go and surrender. But when you surrender, that doesn't mean that you're gonna stay in the bed and then your life is just gonna um
Yes.
magically change, right? Surrender. Ask God for help and be good. Be kind, even when you don't feel like you can be kind. Just be kind. Even if you're like,
I
e-
love that. And do something
even
for
if you
somebody
don't
else,
feel it.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be kind to one another. I think, and then you will see the shift that is gonna make you, that is gonna make you see it for yourself, and then God is always hearing you. I think God is everywhere, and He's
I
hearing you.
love that. And I'll add to that too, because I've been through somebody who struggled myself. Gratitude. It's a quick exercise that I
Gratitude.
always use like when I started to
Yes.
feel really shitty. I'm like, wait a second. Let's let's focus on what I do have. And that you because you can't be like you can't really be like anxious and depressed or worried too much if you're like in an obsessive state of gratitude. And so it's
Yes.
just like listing. And that's why a lot of people start their mornings with that. Okay. And then what would be the advice if somebody's listening and they have a friend who's struggling and they want to help them?
Um, okay, if they want to help them, what I would do is not pressure them of to like give the best advice because I feel like people think I have to talk, I have to give something. You
Yeah,
don't. Give the present, give your time. If somebody is not texting me or something, because I think I did this, when you are in the press mode or in anxiety, you shut off. You shut off
you
everything. You
do.
don't want everything to, you go isolation, but deep down you want somebody to like break the rules, right? To
Yeah,
break he's like, I'm not giving up on you. I will say that don't give up on people because you don't know if that day they wanted to end their lives. Don't give up on people. Go show up at their
yes.
door. Show up, like keep calling. I mean, not every 5 seconds, but once a day. Once a day. Because when you do that, it's you're not giving up on people. Don't give up on people because you don't know what their mind is telling them. So be present. Um and then also, I think we have to give us some grace to one another. Grace, Madison, we have to
That-
give us the credit, we have to give us the credit. We have to have more grace to ourselves. And then don't let
Yeah,
go of people. Don't let go.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so tell people where they can find your app
So my app is
and all that
live
good stuff.
in Apple Store.
Okay. What about for
It's
Android
live.
users?
Android, not yet. We're still working on it because
Okay,
that's a totally different thing.
but that'll be available soon. Okay, so for
That's
Apple users.
Apple Store, and then they can find us in Instagram and TikTok, HumanKind. And yeah.
So you guys, please sign up because you might be somebody who has the advice that changes somebody's life, or you can go and it could help save yours. So thank you so much for doing what you're
Thank you,
doing and
Madison.
such a beautiful soul and
Thank
servant
you.
to this
No, thank
world.
you.
I
No,
just
what you're
I
doing
just
is
adore you.
great too.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you.
thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. And
Thank you
then
for doing this. And then thank you to everybody else who's listening, wherever you may be. We will see you next time to find out.
thank you, Madison.
You're welcome. Who's next? Take care.
Hey, your host here, Madison Malloy. Please make sure to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms, and please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@nexttomadison.com. I thank you again for listening. Bye.